Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Now then, folks, how's everyone doing? Happy Thursday night. Feels like a Friday to me. Definitely got that Friday feeling a day early. We're going to Dublin tomorrow. Get up, get up. Hope everyone's doing well anyway. But yeah, quite a lot of bits and pieces have come out today. And I'm a little bit perplexed, really, as to why some people are losing their marbles. Yeah, see you tomorrow, my mate. See you tomorrow. I cannot wait. I almost didn't do this just so I can have an early night and get like a kid at Christmas Eve. Get to bed early. All late date. Kids don't mind going to bed early at Christmas Eve. But yeah, I felt like that today. But yeah, stay up and have a bit of a chipmunk on here before I hit the sack. But yeah, obviously quite a few bits and pieces. We've seen it last half an hour. Joffe confirmed going to Hull on loan, which we know. Also the last hour or so, we've seen Mateo Joseph getting on the plane to Mallorca, which again we've known for maybe a day or so now that's where he was going to end up. That was going to be his destination. Fair enough, but no links to Ben Doak, Vinicius, Tobias, which honestly this is a bad one. Facundo Buonate. I hope he doesn't sign because I'm going to rinse that name all the time. But yeah, so some fresh links coming out. Again, how credible, time will tell. But I'm just a little bit... I kind of think the Pajau deal, or no deal, should I say, has sort of ruined the window. Not in terms of, we didn't get him over the line. It would have a big shame. We would have loved to have got him, obviously, but more just how it sort of left the fan base. I feel like now everybody's just waiting on a worldie to sign. It's got to be a worldie we sign next, Nobody else is good enough. It's got to be a needle mover, that term. I think I've used it on here because it's just ingrained in my brain now from people saying it. I don't think I've ever used that term in my life, a needle mover. But we need to sign a needle mover or two, a free. No one else is quite good enough, and I don't believe that for a second. I think it's a load of codswallop. I really do. The Ben Doak deal, or the fact that we're interested in Ben Doak. In Championship, all I heard people saying, we're playing Middlesbrough, Ben Doak's dangerous. I understand he's a Championship player last season. He's been playing pre-season for Liverpool. He's highly thought of there. If they can't get a deal for him where he leaves the club, they're happy for him to kick around in squad. And he'll get minutes in cup competitions, etc. Massive talent at 19, but apparently 20 million quid is too much. Maybe it is, and maybe you'll have that opinion. But we're wanting what, 12 to 15 for Joseph? We've spoke about. Is 20 million too much? It's like everything now is a benchmark against the Pajau deal, and it's it's annoying me a little bit today that certain players are just getting dismissed because they're young, because they played in Championship level. Like all I heard last season were Ben Doak were fantastic. Ooh, Borough, where's he playing? Fantastic. Now all of a sudden he's not deemed good enough. Because we need a starting left winger. Well, guess fucking what? We've got a starting left winger. We've got two. Not on Ramazani. Both good enough to start in the Premier League for Leeds United. Mic drop. Ramazani's good enough to start at left wing. So if Ben Doak came in, it'd be a backup to Ramazani. Competition for Ramazani. This notion that we need to sign a worldie to play on left. We have a player good enough to play on the left for Leeds United in the Premier League. We have two. So Ben Doak coming in, if we chose to go down that road, which I don't think we will, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying it sort of feels now like nobody's good enough unless they're a needle mover. Leeds are going down if we don't sign two needle movers. Are we going down? We stay up with this squad. We stay up with this squad. There's been squads worse than our stay up. I've seen that many people, Leeds fans, talk about Leeds going down if they don't buy needle movers. I've heard some Leeds content creators say, even with a Muniz and a Pajau level signing on the left-hand side, we'll probably still go down. Madness, absolute madness. Why aren't we enjoying this moment? We're less than a week away from kicking off against Everton. And if we sign someone now, chances are they don't play anywhere against Everton. We stick with side we've got. So the Leeds v Everton game will be a lineup made from the players we've currently got at the club. And guess what? We'll fucking beat them. We'll beat them. This squad is hungry. It's talented. It's just come off the back of a record season for Leeds United. Yeah, needle movers are great. But it's not the be-all and end-all. We didn't get Pajau. It's not the be-all and end-all if we don't get somebody like that on that left wing. I don't care what anybody says. In my opinion, we'll be all right. And in my opinion, some of these players we are looking at are good enough. You know why? Because if we're looking at them, the 49ers have identified them as talented players, good enough to play for Leeds United. Newly promoted side in Premier League. And they haven't got much fucking wrong. So I ain't gonna sit there and slam any name that's linked loosely or someone we know they're definitely in for, because I trust the 49ers. Because why wouldn't I? We haven't even kicked off yet. And guess what? Unbeaten in pre-season. Unbeaten in pre-season. What is there not to trust? How can anybody look at Leeds and go, we're going to go down? Based on what? Brought in 7 players. Yeah, but you've not signed no needle movers. Hey, that fucking term again. But what if someone's seen something in pre-season that's worrying? I'd love to know what it is. I'd love to know what it is. But yeah, bit of a rant there to start with, and we're just going to go to that comments now and say, Mary, you're a dickhead. Top banana, tickle those likes. Yeah, please stick me a like on video. It will be much appreciated. And please subscribe if you are new here. Thank you very much. Easy, more like fan childishness. The 49ers are doing a fantastic job. I echo the fantastic job with it. They've brought stability to the club like I have never seen before. They will ensure we have a competitive squad and improved Ellen Road. Yeah, I agree with that, mate. I agree. So everyone's entitled to their opinion, easy they are, but yeah, I just think I've just seen a lot of comments and stuff, and I don't agree with them all. I really don't. I don't agree with them. But we'll see what chat says. Hey up, Tezza. Hope you're well. Duncan, hiya, mate. Thanks for being here. And we'll just echo that again. Can't wait to see you, man, Darren. Cannot wait, buddy. Yeah, I love you, man. Buzzing. Hey up, Jammy. Safe travels, mate. Thanks, Jammy. Thanks a lot, mate. Nige, hey up, buddy. Evening, Matty. Good to see you. Enjoy Dublin. You're meeting Dillo, Jared, and Connor. I'm meeting Darren, Dillo, and I think we'll probably bump into Connor and Jared along the way. Yes. Adam as well is meeting us. There's a few. I'm going to bump into a few people, Nigel. It'll be good. Going to do a bit of a vlog, I think, at weekend. Get a bit of content as well. So, yeah, good. Hey, Matty, the rising Spain. Yeah, I know. I ain't even going to go there with it, with the whole rat thing, because for me, we've got one still playing for us. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. Hopefully he does well, and then he comes back and we can sell him for a decent wedge. Definitely want him to succeed over that's a fact. Evening, Cocker, safe journey tomorrow. Look after Mrs. Imagine. Yeah, will do, mate. Thanks, Robbo. Tommy K, he's already here. Forget your needle mover, mighty lad. That ain't going to happen. Like I say, Tommy, even better when we stay up and we haven't signed the so-called needle mover, mate, because honestly, I don't think we're desperate for one. I really don't. But I'm sure you think we need plenty, whether you think it'll happen or not. Hey up, Blinky Fish. Hope you're well. Tapping King. Hey up, Ryan. You know me, mate. You know me. Doak has an expiring contract. 20 million will be an auto deal. Good old Victor Order. Smash a like and subscribe to our Matty. Hey up, Jabba. Thank you, mate. Matt Lees. Doak would be a great sign if we were established in the Prem, but not now. Yeah, but you know what it is, Matt? I understand he's a young lad. But we're also, how many young lads have we got that we think should go for more money? The difference is now, Doak at Championship would have been fantastic. We'd have all loved him last season, right? But we're newly promoted side now, and I understand we need talent. We need to build a squad strong enough to stay up, yeah. But why can't Doak be part of that? For me, so many people look at Ramazani and Nonto and Dan James like they're not good enough. I don't get where that comes from. Everton stayed up out last 2 seasons with Dwight McNeil on one side and Jack Harrison on the other. Our first season in Premier League, at one point we played with Jack Harrison and Helder Costa. At one point, like they both played in our wings at one point. Like I don't understand why can't Doak come in as that fourth option? Because for me, Ramazan is good enough. Nanto's good enough. Dan James is good enough. I understand what you mean. He, from Pajal to Doak's a bit of a drop. I get that. But he's still good. Why can't he be good enough? Because he's 19-year-old. Why can't he be good enough? And the whole £20 million thing, he's 20 million quid. We've inquired about him, and then we found out he's worth 20 million quid. We might never go back from it. Might never speak about him again. Maybe that was the end of it. Like, he ain't worth 20 million. Maybe that's what Leeds feel, and that's end of. Potentially, that could happen, couldn't it? Yeah, like I say, 20 million quid. And it's not like we've gone and signed him for 20 million quid. I think we've inquired, we found out 20 million, and that's too much. And we'll walk away. Cheers, Dave. No bother, thank you, mate. Yeah, I don't know if it is too much in today's market. I don't know if it is too much in today's market. I really don't. Bring it back to that. We signed Helder Costa when we were in Championship for 15 million quid. This Doak's way better than Helder Costa. Way better. Do you know what I mean? Like, is 20 million quid too much money for a highly rated prospect at Liverpool? I'm not saying I want him. I don't like the notion that we'll just put him in bin because he's Ben Doak and he had a season at Middlesbrough last year. I just don't like that notion that we'd fuck him off. Not saying I want him. I know I watched him a bit at Middlesbrough last year, but I just feel like all that 2-week contract running out. I'm not bothered about all that. I just say the figure don't even bother me. The fees, whatever. I think if we sign Ben Doak tomorrow for 8 million quid, everyone is still, there'll be still so many people moaning saying he ain't good enough, regardless of tag. If we got him on a free, he ain't good enough because we've gone from Pajal to a Doak. So the fee and the year in his contract, I'm not really bothered. Do you know what I mean? The fact that it's 20 million quid probably means we've walked away anyway. Yeah, Blinky Fish, he doesn't. And I don't understand why. Ramazan is a top talent, and I just want Ramazan to get given a decent crack, really, because I think he'll prove how good he is. I think he's top draw. I think he's top draw. Top banana. I love the enthusiasm, mate, and I would absolutely love that to be the case. I think that's a slightly higher than I levels. I think I've said 13th to 15th sort of range, but who knows? I'm definitely not going to be stressing about it. I'm really not. I'm going to enjoy the season for what it is, and I think we do all right. We need a striker though. Yeah, Oscar. You know what it is as well, right? I think we do again. I'd love us to go out there and sign a top striker. I feel like we do need a winger and a striker, maybe a 10. We need fullback cover. Fullback cover is probably my biggest concern now, but it'll be a backup fullback cover probably, which isn't as glam as going out there and spending, the big bucks on a winger, a 10 and a 9, which is what everybody wants to see. But I think the fullback cover is the most important at the minute. I actually believe in Peru and Mecha. For me, if you told me they both stay fit, you can't. There's no crystal ball in this world. But if I knew they'd be fit, I'd be happy with them too. Maybe I'm deluded. I've never been called an happy clapper before, but maybe that's going to come with the stream. I don't know. But if you can guarantee fitness, I'd be happy with both of them. I think they're both different profiles, but great options. Have looked great in pre-season. Mecha, that's going that fitness worry, that injury tag, what he's got around his neck, is going to follow him around now for the next 12 months to prove his fitness. A bit like he did Solomon. He got through a season with Leeds somewhat like Dennis Solomon, and then he's gone away and got injured again. But I think if Mecha can, sort of prove his fitness this season, I think he's going to be outstanding. So Hoyland, yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a big fan. Coming from Scum, yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't seen much to suggest he's anywhere near the level they thought he were going to be a Blinky Fish, but I wouldn't say no. He's obviously got potential, getting signed by them at some point. I suppose I saw something in him, but he's shown flashes, but it's been a massive disappointment for them. But obviously we aren't where we probably are where they're going to be, to be fair, but we aren't sort of progressing probably where we are envisaging probably what they are. You know, when they look at when letting boardroom planning for the season, they've probably got aspirations at that top 10 and pushing higher, which they're not going to get nowhere near for me, regardless of who they're signed. But they'll have higher visions than what probably we have in the next couple of years. And I think Hoyland doesn't match theirs. But I wouldn't say no for us having a look at him. But like I say, I haven't seen much to suggest he's worth it. There's better players out there. If we hadn't signed a defender, I'd be worried. Our front line is useful at the moment. That's not a bad way to look at it, Ryan. It's not like you look at Sunderland and they're so bad at back. They might have a decent midfield and stuff, but they're so bad at back. It weakens the whole side just by being, by neglecting that sort of side part of the team in the transfer market. Whereas we've give ourselves a solid foundation with that defensive structure in that midfield. That we are missing a little bit of glitz and glam, but we also know the players like say Ramazani, not off left, decent, not world class, no, not top draw, but decent. Pirro and Metcha look decent. If they all stay fit, it's serviceable. It's good enough. It's good enough for where we want to be aiming this season. Ashley Buckland, we're in panic mode, I think, because surely to God we can get better than Doak. Surely we need a body in the attacking sense, and we definitely need 2 or 3 by Arsenal, Newcastle games. Yeah, we need 2 or 3 more in. Like I say, I'm more concerned on fullback cover at the minute. But I do think even if we sign someone tomorrow, they ain't going to start against Everton. So that game we're going into that game with what we've got really, which I think is good enough. I think is good enough. And let's be fair. There's no way Leeds not going to make 2 or 3 signings, Ashley. There's no way. It's definitely happening. It's definitely happening. I feel we need more of a right wing unless Farkas sees Nonto on the right. Yeah, well, I sort of saw Nonto playing behind DJ, Matt. I did. But it wouldn't surprise me if you look at Ramazani and Nonto flying out for left. I suppose it depends what comes up, who's available. There may be some dominoes that fall, like people saying, maybe a right winger, a bit like the Pajau deal becomes possible, and maybe they explore it. It's an easy move to doing it, rather than just fixating on a left winger. That we do need another winger. We could look at that right hand side and just easily move Nonto over to cover that left hand side. So that would work too. It really would. And to be fair, we saw Aronson out on right, didn't we? I won't go there, Matt. Hiya, John. Yeah, I'm well, mate. I'm really giddy for tomorrow, pal. Really giddy. May up Wayne. Doak would be okay, but the right price, 20 million. Yeah, like I say, with a year on his deal as well, probably is. I didn't know he only had a year left in his deal. 20 million does sound too high, but say he had a 3-year deal, is 20 million too high? Then probably not. Not in today's market. But yeah, with a year left on his deal, I would say it's too much now and all that information. Hiya, Mark. How are you doing, my Allet and Bywater friend? We'll be fine, bro. We love a nice, good mood. My miles better. 100%, mate. You know what it is? Until we start losing games of football, I'm going to be fine. We start losing games of football and poorly and looking rubbish, you're going to have me in meltdown mode. I'm going to be picking up by you guys. What is that more about? Unbeaten in pre-season. Going to watch Leeds AC Milan game tomorrow in Dublin. Squad looks decent for me. Missing a couple of players. Fucking hell, it's not deadline day yet, guys. I'm in the right mood. What is it more about? It'd be madness if players get knocked in Saturday. Yeah, I mean, that is a worry. If anyone goes down tomorrow, I will be, shitting myself. Actually, I won't lie. Oscar, we have a strong defence, very strong midfield and weak attack. Need a winger, striker and backup. Yeah, I mean, we need all them positions. But why is it weak? Why is it weak? It's weak compared to the top 10, maybe. Why is it weak, though? I don't see it as weak. I don't see Pirro, Metcha, Ramazani, Nonto and James as weak players. I don't. It's weak. Maybe it's weaker. There's not as much depth. But I don't think the players are weak. I think the players are all good, decent players. I do. I don't look at Pirro, Metcha, Nonto, Ramazani and James. Yeah, I don't look at them 5 players and think championship players. They've played in championship, but I don't look at them and think they are only championship level players. For me, they are Premier League players. Ramazani, Nonto, Dan James, Pirro, question mark, because obviously he's not played up there. But I would say to just say he's only a championship player is a bit harsh. I think he's been one of the better strikers in the championship for year after year after year since he's been playing in England, and he deserves a crack at the Prem. So he's the only one really with a question mark. Mecha has played for Germany. He's played at Bundesliga at a decent level. So for me, he is a Prem level player. So I don't know. I don't know about weak. I don't. But like I say, I'm in a really good mood. You know what it is? Your mood just determines everything, doesn't it? And I'm in such a good spot with Leeds at the minute. Like, I just don't see many negatives. I act stupid. I'm not deluded. I can see holes. I can see where the team needs improving. Like you say there, mate. Full back, 100%. Bring a left back and a right back in, please. Not one that does both. Bring in 2 players at full back would be ideal. We need a winger. I'd be happy with Solomon if fit. I'm bringing that bar down a tad from where it was with Pajau. Because I believe the other 3 wingers are good enough anyway to start. So I'm in a good spot with that. And the 2 up front, I'm really happy with. Yes, we need a 3rd. I'm not asked if it ends up being a £40 million player. If it ends up being someone a little bit less, it is what it is. Because I've got faith in the boys that got us up. I've got faith in the manager. I've got faith in the 49ers. I've got faith in us as the fans. I've got faith in every fucker at Leeds United at the minute. Because why would I not? There's nothing to be down about. We are scouts. We are accountants. So, he's not worth 20 million. It's not our money. If we pay 20 million for him, then he's fucking worth 20 million if we stay up in it. Like, up to the club. The club know the ins and outs of we don't. Comes to players, we don't know every attribute, every game, every ball they've kicked. They do. They look into it. They're spending 20 million, 10 million, 15 million on players. They've got to do the due diligence. We don't. We just can have a look at some stats, but still, we haven't got the eye test. We haven't watched them. You know, we haven't sent scouts there and had someone feed that information back to us. We don't know, do we? We're just football fans. So until they pull on a Leeds jersey and set to Ellen Road grass, we don't know, do we, what we're getting? So that's why I'm all right. I'm cool with it. I'll be at church in the morning, kicking the door in for that sweet 3rd shirt. Oh, Dave, I'm glad you like it. I've had so many negative comments saying that people just don't like it. I'd probably say it's a 70-30 to being quite negative on 3rd kit. I'm umming and ahhing. Obviously, we're going to Dublin. It's going to be an expensive weekend, but I haven't ruled out going to get it myself in the morning, but we'll see. John Pepper, get these 3 players in the go and spend big on a striker. Fulham on 43 million for Mooners, but yes, it's a lot though, isn't it? Hell of a lot. I've seen people say he's Prem proven and that. Yeah, he's had one season where he's done all right numbers. 43 million. That's a reet gamble that for us. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'd love him. He's the one that Leeds have wanted throughout the window. So I back, like I say, what the club want to do. But again, I quite like the 2 we've got. So smash a like and subscribe to our Matt. It really does help the channel. Yeah, please. There's 83 people here. Thank you for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd stick a like on, please, and yes, subscribe. Thank you very much. Easy. I'm so confident about Pirro. I just put an each way bet on into the Premier League top spot 250 to 1. I intend to enjoy the season. Easy. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. I think he may be our top striker, top goal scorer. The league's a bit of a stretch because I don't think we'll finish high enough up the league. And I don't think we'll score more goals than obviously the sides above us, but I think we'll do all right. And I think he'll do really well. We won't see Matty till middle of next week after a few. I'm going to try and split the G. Trying to get blocked, Tommy. I ain't bothered me, mate. Ben Doak will be a good addition. Yeah, that's it. Depends how you look at it, doesn't it? A good addition, and then you let him fight out for that spot. But I just don't like the idea that the players we've got aren't good enough. I just don't agree with that sentiment. I just don't. Oh, my mate Jamie, I seen you in Joe's channel earlier, Doak, as a championship signing. At what point does he not become a championship signing, though, Jamie? Is he a championship player now for the rest of his career? Do you know what I mean? He's been playing well for Liverpool in pre-season. He's 19, really good numbers. Middlesbrough, 23 games, I think 27 with a couple of sub appearances, but 23 starts. What about 10 G&A, 3 goals, 7 assists, something like that. Pretty good level. When we played Middlesbrough, everyone were talking about him. At what point is he not a championship signing, mate? I think we've got to remember who we are. You know, yeah, we're Leeds United and we can beat us chest and say all this, but yeah, I just don't want to get too arrogant that someone like Ben Doak, who's a massively highly rated talent at Liverpool, is not good enough for Leeds United. I just don't see it. Why have we got to go out there and buy an absolute worldie when the other 3 wingers are good enough, in my opinion? You know, why can't we bring someone in who's challenging and rivaling? Because the Pajau deal. Because everybody now knows we've got 30 plus million to spend on a winger. Well, these deals are hard to get done. And maybe Doak's at the bottom of the list. Everyone's got a list. There'll be a top, there'll be a bottom. Maybe he's towards the bottom of the list. Maybe we're not even interested. We've just inquired because he was on his list. But maybe there's a few more on his list as well, It's just maybe he's playing below totally out of proportion. But yeah, what point does he not become? I don't know, mate. Why would he? Why would he become next Ben Woodburn? Nah, mate, he's not. I don't know, Jamie. I love you, pal, but I'm just not too sure. I'd be happy with Doak at 8 million. Yeah, he does. You know what it is, Jamie, right? Regardless of Doak or whoever it is, I'm gonna be open-minded to anything the club bring in, anybody the club bring in, any decisions the club make. I like all three kits. I love the fact I've seen what the stadium's going to look like, and they're exciting me with that. Undefeated pre-season, 7 players through door. I don't see any negatives. A goalkeeper finally, come in instead of Melier. Wow, how exciting is that to have a Brazilian goal who can fucking volleyball the ball halfway down pitch? So many exciting components to it. And then people losing their head because we're linked with a guy who plays for Liverpool, who's 19-year-old, who was one of the best talents in the Championship next year, which means he's surely due a running Prem, as a Prem player. Why not? Because he's 19. He'd been in Championship, smashed it. He's come through Liverpool setup. He's a fully fledged international for Scotland, which people will say it's Scotland, but still, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But Pajal was a one-off possibility. Yeah, of course. It's like we've set the bar too high for anyone else. He might have been shit. Yeah, you never know, mate. You never know. There's no saying it would have worked out. But yeah, that's it. We've got him for him, and it's set like at a bar now that it may be inachievable. We're now going to compare any attacking player to that sort of level of signing. So we're thinking now as a fan base that we will bring in a player on that left side who's as good as Pajal. Johnny Rowe, we're linked with Johnny Rowe. I don't really want Johnny Rowe either. It does seem a drop off. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't a massive fan of Johnny Rowe. Again, he'd have been great in Championship, a little bit like Ben Doak. But we may have to suck it up, and we may end up bringing in somebody who's maybe not as good as the wingers we've already got, just to make it a 4, just so you've got 2 at each position. Maybe that's the route we'll go. And guess what? Then we're gonna have to back the players we've already got to do the job, aren't we? Which for me isn't a fucking problem because I back the 3 wingers we've got as it is. Massive lover of all 3, as you know. Tickle those likes, yes. Cheers, Top Banana. Craig Smith, evening, Matty, hope you're well. Plenty panicking, but I'm relaxed about it all. Players will come, but it could go right down the final hour to get the right people in. Yeah, of course. 100%. 100%, my mate. Kilgallen, not good enough to stay up at all. Blinkers off. There's no blinkers on. No blinkers on. We've seen a lot more sides Kilgallen stay up with worse sides than Leeds currently. Loads of sides have stayed in this division. We're worse than Leeds United. 100%. So we also know we're going to bring in 2 or 3 players, which will give us more depth, whether they are worldies or not. We're going to bring in another 2 or 3. It's fact. Full-back cover, a winger and a 9 will come through the door. And I currently think we're not far off staying up as I think we'll stay up as it is. I'll say that. I think we'll stay up as it is. Obviously, injuries, I say that through gritted teeth. If we have an injury somewhere and you've got to have Sam by and try and play every game, obviously, I ain't stupid. That ain't going to work. But in terms of, if you could guarantee me no injuries, which you can't, I get that. But that team, that 11, what would take to the field against Everton, I think would stay up. I do. I fully believe that. And guess what? I don't want to live in a world where I don't believe that. But when I see it with my own eyes and I go well and road and I see him getting beaten, I see him looking shit, I'll hold my hands up and come back on here and say, I tell you what, we're well shit, we're well short. We needed 5, 6, 7 Pajals to keep this fucking load of shite up. I'll come on and I'll say that. But I don't believe it, so I can't say it. I've seen 2 brilliant years of football and I know level goes up, but I believe in the boys to do it. Just like I believe in Farker to do it. I can't go against our belief, so we don't really know how most of the players will adapt in the Premier League this season, as long as we're competitive and stay up, job done. Yeah, we will be, mate. We've built a squad that's going to be competitive. You can see it. Duncan, like the concept of the scarf in the third kit, but excuse is a bit off and ruined with the prominent red. If I'm honest, Duncan, in my opinion, again, I think that this is the shirt where the red looks the least impactful. I think it blends in better. If it can't blend in because it's red, but I think it don't look as bad on this than the others for me. They've nailed all 3 shirts. I think it's a bit much to ask someone, give me your money, we'll promote your product, but you've got to change how it looks. I think it's a little bit naive of people to think they'll just put a blue Red Bull logo on every shirt. Do you know what I mean? They're pumping millions and millions into us. Half a reason, you know, with the players, the stadium, everything that's happening that's exciting at Leeds United at the minute, it's down to every single investor, down to every single component within the club, and Red Bull are a massive part of that. And I just think it's a little bit naive and stupid of certain fans to think, well, why can't they just put a blue logo on front? But it's not their logo. You know, it just be the shape of their logo that it's not their logo. They need something back for their investment, and I think rebranding your product to stick on someone else's shirt, you know, it is. I had that asked. I didn't like it at first. We've had over a year to get used to it, and I actually think the white kit is what it is. It is what it is. But I actually think the third kit, it don't look bad at all, mate. For me, Duncan, for me. Matty, I've said it before, we should have gone all out on a striker. We all would have been shouting out for one, but last striker we had after Bamford was Chris Wood. I've been saying a striker is a must, yeah. I would love Mitrovic. I won't lie. I would love Mitrovic. Yeah, easy. Yeah, easy. I know people say it's only a friendly, but it's still a game of football that we took to the field against a decent side and didn't lose, and Arsenal did. I mean, don't get me wrong, easy. Arsenal will finish above Leeds by some distance. But again, it goes to show, you know, we're going to be competitive this season, and we're going to get results against teams people will expect us to. Again, obviously means nothing in terms of, you know, you get no points, you get no rewards for winning a friendly. But you can't tell me, as a group of men, you want to take to the field and lose. You know, you walk off, you're annoyed, you didn't play well. It shows if you're winning in pre-season that the things you're working on in training, that ultimately you need to work to stay up and start the season well. It goes to show it's not working. It's not quite there, which is okay because it's early on. I get that. But if it's working quicker, better, it's better for everyone, isn't it? If you're getting those connections and that's your idea from the manager into the players early enough where you're winning in pre-season, you've got to take that. Would you rather win or lose pre-season games? You'd rather win. Care what anyone says. Might be that the 49ers are looking at dropping down to bounce back and build slow. Nah, I don't think so, Jason, mate. Can't afford to go. That's too risky. We're here to stay. We're here to stay, and we are building. We are building. Skip. Hey up, Matt. I'm not getting too worried yet, but if we started the season with our current squad, we would be going down. Based on injuries, probably, yeah. But without injuries, every single player who will line up against Everton, for me, are Premier League footballers. They are Premier League footballers. So the notion that, oh, well, they haven't done it before, they haven't played there before, Ramazani, Pirlo and all that. Yeah, but fucking no one's ever played there until they've played there, have they? Will it, Joel and Rams know how to keep their places? They have to up their level. There you go. Yeah, I wonder what you said earlier, Philip, but we'll cut short. Yeah. And to be fair, I feel like pre-season, Willie and Ramazani have. I think they ended the season fantastic. It come too early, didn't end the season for them. They were fit and firing, ready to go. Season ended, they're coming to pre-season. It looked like they've not stopped. Dan James' injury looks like it's hampered him a little bit. Hopefully that's not too major. Hopefully he's playing on Saturday. But for me, all 3 of them will be fine in Prem, mate. Not an issue. Yeah, I think so, mate. I think so. Yeah, they are. They are. But there is also 3 or 4 teams who I've looked at from last season in Premier League, Brentford, your Wolves, your West Ham. There's a few teams in there that we shouldn't fear. And will definitely be in and around fighting with us for staying up. So the notion that the 3 that come up go back down is just daft for me. We are a better position than last time. 100%. Look at the side we've got now to start Premier League with. And, you know, that doesn't mean we're going to finish higher than 9th, because I don't think we're going to get anywhere near 9th. But yeah, way better, way better. Our squad's so much better now for us to stay up this season and then build beyond, you know, finishing 9th and then finishing 17th and then getting relegated. It's not great, is it? But, you know, to sort of have the squad we've already got now in our first season back, it's a great foundation to build on. Hi, Angela. Hey up, Matty and everyone. I'm loving the third kit. Yeah, it's starting to annoy me a bit how some fans are questioning our top players that made us champions. We need to keep the faith in our players. Exactly. Exactly. Piro's not good enough and all that shit. Why not? Why not? He's looked fantastic in pre-season. Fantastic in pre-season. What a baller he's been. What's he got? 4 goals? 4 goals in pre-season. Looks quality. But we must sign a £40 million striker or we are going down. We must sign a £30 million 10. We must sign a £25-30 million winger or we are going down. Fuck off. Seriously. Smash a like and subscribe, please. Cheers, Danny. Yeah, please. There's 94 watching. Please stick a like on. I would love that. Thank you very much. George Faithful had it right. You got to have faith. I love the third shirt. Yeah, me too, Danny. Top man as always, Mucker, Dave from Wales. Cheers, mate. Hope you're doing well, Dave. Saving my day again. A few links in chat for you to check out as well. Just checking them when you can. Thank you very much. I'm not asked, Tommy, mate. You don't bother me, buddy. You're not even bad anyway, mate. You've got your opinion. As long as you're not offensive, I ain't asked, mate. Hey up, Boss Nass. I need some of this optimism delivering to me. I can't see it. Don't see enough goals in this team. Yeah, I do, mate. I certainly do. I know creativeness is a little bit of a worry currently. But I back us, mate. I back us. I think Dan James will get goals. I think Pido scores. I think Amechi gets goals. Honestly, I think that front three, 4. If we play a 4-2-3-1, I think we'll have goals, mate. But like I say, we haven't finished window yet. I know for a fact this isn't going to be the team. This will be the team. The lineup will be made up from the players we've got now for Everton, and I think that team would beat an Everton, would beat a West Ham, would beat a Brentford consistently throughout the season. Even if we brought top targets in and they never played in those games, I think the side we've got now we would make for that Everton game would beat 5 or 6 sides in this league. But we know for a fact we are going to bring more players in. I do firmly believe we've probably got 50 to 70 million still to spend on maybe 3 players. So we are going to bring in a high caliber player. But there's nothing to suggest, in my opinion, that they're any better than what we've got now. And I'm happy with what I've got now. I don't think it has to be absolute ballers. I'd like it. I'd love it. I want competition in all places. Ideally want to bring better than what we've already got. But I think I just have more faith in the players we've currently got than some fans do. And that's what it boils down to. I have more faith in our current players than a lot of fans do. And that's fine. Yeah. Right, so bang on. He's a Championship player. Well, he's not, because he's a Liverpool player who was on loan at the Championship. He actually is a Premier League player. Fair point. Doak is literally a Premier League player at Liverpool. Doak is a great player, and we'll get better. But the question is he the right man for now? Maybe not. But I'll tell you who is. Ramazani, Nonto, James. They're good enough for now. They are good enough for now. Me too, Brookie. Doak wants regular first team football at 19. He won't get that in the Prem Championship. Yes. He might end up having a go at Championship. Maybe another loan. Maybe extend his deal for Liverpool and go on loan again. Craig Smith. I am a great point earlier regarding our defensive and midfield options. Keeping the ball won't be an issue, and Farker will be tactically prepared, especially after his previous 10. Yeah, I think so. Make yourself hard to beat. First and foremost, I've even seen a few people say it's going to be a turgid season. Even if we stay up, it's going to be poor football. It's all about try not to get beat first and then try and win game second. I get that, but again, I don't see it being miserable, awful, boring football just because we're going to be tough to beat. Why can you not be tough to beat but still look okay in possession? I don't get it. I honestly do not get it. I just honestly, it's like we're gonna, I just don't see us playing poor football to a level where some fans are suggesting just because we've got some big brick shit houses inside and we're going down the physical road. That means we can't play football now. I've seen so many takes on that. It's going to be turgid football, but it doesn't matter if we stay up. We take 17th now, but it's going to be poor football. We're not going to win games by more than a couple of goals. If we're lucky, we even do that, and it's just like, why not? Why not? Ryan, one of the teams I coach is Alan Bywatt Manners in their league this season. Oh, really, Ryan? What age group? My little lad is just going into under 7s. So yeah, we're under 6s now. He's going into under 7s. Hey up, how you doing, mate? Just had my first Guinness when in Dublin. Leeds invasion. You there now, mate? Yeah, flying tomorrow. Flying from Liverpool tomorrow. Ready to split the G. For me, Ben Doak is a great player. If he carries on his trajectory, he'll be a player where he can get in about. He'll be a player we can get in 3 years' time. Maybe in 3 years' time, mate. His trajectory's took him past us. Who knows? Who knows where we'll be in 3 years? We all support the club we got. Yeah, of course we do. Of course we do. It was talked about loads, Jamie. I don't think we went to that game at Bury, didn't we? And I think Fairport kept him quiet, to be fair. But all I heard was Ben Doak, Ben Doak, Ben Doak. He didn't set the championship alight as such because Middlesbrough didn't finish in sixth, did they? If Middlesbrough would have been higher, it'd have been all we heard. But yeah, they didn't finish high enough for him to sort of get that sort of acknowledgement. But he played brilliant, mate. It was class at Borough, Jamie. It was class at Borough. There's no two ways about that. And like I say, I'm not saying I want him. I just don't like the arrogance of Leeds fans just to throw him in bin. He ain't a Prem player. Well, he is. He's actually playing in the side now, which are gonna, have just won title. So he's playing. He obviously isn't a bad player. He wouldn't be at Liverpool, and be considered to be a squad option this season. So yeah, 20 million for a player who's got 1 year left of his deal. They try to rinse us, but they are Liverpool. They're quite a powerful fucking club out there, to be honest, and they'll try that on with that. But I wouldn't. I reckon they'll probably sign a new deal and then maybe get loaned out again. Would you have him on loan? I'm sure everyone would say they would. The 20 million puts us off, which it rightly should. Joffrey joined Hull. Joseph gone to Spain. Yeah, that's about right. That. How's cast tonight? Shut up, you. Philip, when Perry throws the ball over the halfway line, the first time the crowd will erupt. Yeah, I hope it's on Saturday, mate. I really do. Off to sleep now. Gutted, no late night Leeds tomorrow. See you all later. Yeah, top banana. No late night Leeds tomorrow, unfortunately. That's the worst part about going to Dublin tomorrow, that I don't get to do that show with Sean and Adam. But yeah, me and Adam will be in Dublin together, so we'll get we'll get a bit of a vlog going. You tell them, mate. I'm a dick. Richard Roth, good evening, mate. We are not staying up with this squad. We need a top striker and a playmaker. No class players want to play under Farker. Why they go and sign elsewhere? I just don't agree, mate. I don't agree. All opinions and all that, mate. I think we stay up. I do. I think we stay up. We need fullback cover. That's the biggest area. We need fullback cover. But I don't believe that we need and have to spend 30 million on a winger, 30 million on a striker, 30 million on a 10 to stay up. I don't. I think we've got enough if we've got fullback cover. As long as we've got more bodies to cover fullback, another winger in, I believe what we've got here is good enough. I just do. Yeah, class pal, keep it up. Cheers. I'm just super positive a minute because I've not seen all otherwise, and yeah, I don't. Everyone goes on about the jumping quality. Yeah, I understand that, but there's going to be 6 or 7 teams at bottom there who are all at a similar level for me. And I don't think you lot can say, or people can say, Brentford are way better than Leeds, Wolves are way better than Leeds, West Ham are way better than Leeds. That's 3 sides. Sunderland and Burnley 5, us 6. Drag another one down to there. 6 or 7 sides. We know what the top sides are like. We know that. We know the gulf is massive. But the gulf from 17th to top of the championship, when top of the championship getting 100 points, I don't think it's as big as what some people say, in my opinion. But then obviously above that top 10, that top 12, of course it is, it's huge. But I firmly believe that we've got one of the best sides to win the championship. Right up there. And in anything you do in life, it's probably better if you don't succeed first time. It's probably better if you do not succeed first time. And Farker's failed twice. And not down to just his own doing, but the fact it wasn't down to his own doing entirely, he played a part, obviously. He still had to coach the players, but the players he had were inadequate. The transfers he had were inadequate, but he was still there. He gets relegated twice. But he's been there. He knows what to do and what not to do. He's experienced in that now. He's experienced in a relegation fight. The knocks are what make you better. If you succeed first time, it's not always the best way. It's not always the best way to finish first. It's not. Sometimes you need them knocks to know where to go how to improve. And for me, third time asking, the money he's spent on him, the squad he's got, compared to what he's had previous, no fucking way we're getting relegated. No fucking way we're getting relegated. Third kit not for me. I can't agree with that, mate. I can't. He irritates me, Richard. I've had times where he's honestly, I clashed with Joe a few times last year on a few WhatsApp voice notes because the whole Cresswell thing annoyed me, the whole Ramazani thing annoyed me. Even that like Jaden Anthony, even though I didn't massively, I just feel like he didn't use his bench a lot. There were a lot of things with Farker that irritated me, but I don't think he's a shit manager. Sometimes his man management is brilliant. Willing on, or the way he's got certain players, Byram, he knows how to make him work. He's improved players, Bogle, but then he's also, I think, he's made some mistakes with certain players. No, the way the Cresswell situation went, and some people say, we're right, and that's fine. It's your opinion. I just feel like it wasn't right, but I don't think he's a shit manager. Not all. I don't think he's a shit manager at all. But again, opinions are fine, mate. And I hope he proves you wrong. And I hope, Richard, you hope he proves you wrong. I hope you're not one of them fans who wants him to fail, obviously, because that's just daft. I hope you want him to succeed and you're wrong. And you come and say, we're wrong. We've had a good season. We've finished 15th, 14th, and I've seen enough adaptability from him. He's changed things up, I've seen something in him that I think he can take us on to the next level now. We'll have to see. It's definitely good enough to consolidate a place in Prem for us, for me. Please smash a like. There's 100 people in now. Thanks so much for being here. Fans want to win any game, but it's not all about that at pre-season, mate. Of course, it's not all about that. But like Sunderland travelling all the way, travelling up to Scotland to play Hearts and getting beat 3-0. You can't tell me that would happy bus ride home. You can't tell me players were happy driving back to Sunderland going, that was shite. But it's all right. It's only pre-season. Don't really give a fuck. I'd have rather been here getting beat 3-0 by Hearts and been a park with kids or something. You can't tell me they're happy about that, mate. Ultimately, it means not come the end of the season. But in that moment, it fucking means something. So I don't get. Life's all about moments. It's pre-season. It matter. You could fucking drop dead tomorrow. It might be the last game I see this weekend. It fucking does matter. Going all the way to Ireland against AC Milan. I want my fucking turn up on. I don't want to play. It doesn't matter. It's only pre-season. Of course, it fucking matters, lad. Not in the grand scheme of things. Not long-term pre-season. Don't matter. Maybe for end of the season. But it's foundations. Yeah, the fitness in legs and all that. But ultimately, winning games, it's a habit. It's a habit. It's a game of football. You get the same amount of goals when you kick the ball in the same amount of minutes in a game. It's the same fucking sport, friendly or a fucking competitive game. It's still 11 against 11, and you'd rather be on the fucking winning side. Don't care what anybody says. And on Stack looks immense. Bees, Longstaff, Cumberson, born out, and Metche Perry. We are in a good place. Hallelujah, my friend. We are in a bloody good place. 49ers are buying. Why are we being negative? We look solid at the back. Just let them have the last touches. Yeah, you know what it is, Brookie? We know that we know they're doing it. That the talk about Facundo Boanate, Nati. I can't honestly. I'm never going to be able to say his name. So we know we're looking there. The El Canous. We know we're looking there. Ben Doak. Again, we're looking at a winger, a 10, a winger or a 10, a winger and a 10. The striker Muniz ain't gone away. We're linked today with Vinicius Tobias, a fullback. Again, 17 million quid. I don't think that's probably realistic, unless Bogle's out long term, which we haven't found out yet. I saw a rumour that he might be out till Christmas, which would be a nightmare. If that is the case, then we probably have to go for someone like a Vinicius Tobias, someone who's worth 15, 16, 17 million quid, which is too much for backup, playing second fiddle. But great competition if you can get someone like that. But I would be worried if we are in for someone like that, because it probably indicates Bogle's injury is worse than first feared. But you can see the areas we think we're lighting. It's obvious, the clubs are looking to, and the club is looking to, and we're seeing that with the links, and they're getting a little bit more credible. Certain people have been speaking the last few weeks. It hasn't amounted to much. Now all of a sudden, it seems a little bit more credible. And I do think because it's so quiet at the minute, I can see some happening fairly soon, if I'm honest. Hope Schmidt isn't playing Saturday. Coxie, honestly, to go away to Dublin and watch him play, if he has a stinker like he did against Villarreal, I'll be gutted. But not played many minutes recently. Has he had a year not playing football? I didn't play fullback for us, I don't think, either last year in those scarce minutes he did play, but we'll have to see. But I think his head's all over the place. We know he's leaving. He knows he's leaving. He's literally staying at minute because we need cover for friendlies. So it's probably one of those situations where, like when you see a player and they go, his head's not in it. We'll take him out of firing line because he shouldn't be playing because his head's not in it. His head's elsewhere. It's a little bit like that, but at minute we haven't really got a choice. We've got to keep playing him. So it's a little bit shit, really. Peter Evans can see Pirro getting 8 to 10 goals. Yeah, I've actually called him getting 9. I reckon I'll get 9 goals. Is what I've said. So yeah, which will be decent. And then if you can get a Mechi, get somewhat close to that as well. Which I think I can see him and Mechi getting similar amount of goals. But it all depends on who we bring in. Obviously, all depends on who we bring in. One sec. I don't know why all the panic and worry, to be honest. Yeah, it's just because it's been a while since we've signed a player. And that's the top and bottom of it, isn't it? But there's literally there's no reason for panic. There's been no negative. There's literally been nothing negative for me, mate. Well, I'm have to make my tea, shake and bake, pork chops and salad. Take care, everyone. Might go in places. Cheers, Jamie. I love that you let us know what you're having for tea. And if you don't tell us, I always want to know what you're having for tea. That's just because I'm a fat guy, to be fair. But yeah, thanks, mate. What's going on with this? Sorry, guys. Just sitting on here. Get Ellenroad bouncing every game week. Yeah, we've got to make Ellenroad a fortress, Brookie. That's a fact, and I think we will. Pirro and others need chances. He's come back this season leaner and quicker. Yeah, it looks great. It looks in great nick. Might say his pre-season looks good. I love how you can see that dedication in him. He knows now he's stepped up a level. Now he's got to step up a level to match it, hasn't he? Again, I'm one of them. Me will put my head above parapet and call it as I believe. And until somebody proves it and does it, then you've always got that argument. And I asked if Pirro, if it didn't go well and you come back and give me shit, I ain't bothered because I believe he's going to do it, and I'd rather live on that side of the line, to be honest. Just like I believe Ramazani will cook if you allow him to. And people will say, he's never done it anywhere decent, but for me, he has. He's shown it against Real Madrid and teams like that, and he's done well. Yeah, I just believe him. I'd just rather think like that, me, than negative side. Mitrovic, on loan, and El Canoes, James Justin. Yeah, do you know what it is, Peter? You reel them off like that, and that would be perfect. That would be absolutely perfect, and that'd please everybody. But again, I don't think we'll bring 4 in. I don't think we will wing around a 10 myself. I think we do. I think if we've got El Canoes, that sort of ticks both boxes because he can play both. But yeah, I don't think we get 4 more, and I hope we do, though. I hope we do. Fair point, Brookie, to be fair. Fair point. 49ers have done a great job in sorting the defensive midfield. Now for a bit more quality up top. Graham, a striker and a decent one is required. Required for what, though? For safety. Like if we brought in El Canoes and James Justin and we're happy with everywhere else, do you think we'd go down just having Pirro and a Metro up front? Because I don't. I would love us to bring one, and I think we're gonna. All the rumours are pointing to Muniz, and if we don't get Muniz, we still know we've got in and around 30 to 40 million pound kicking on follow striker. So I expect us to do it, but I don't think it's required. I think fullback cover is required. I think another left winger is definitely required. Can you play all season with 2 strikers? No. So you'd have to say a striker is required, but a decent one, a top draw one. I believe we've got 2 really good players. So yeah, they're not top draw, but they could be. When our home games will be fine. Ditrovic would be a good signing. Right, under 10s. I'm the football development officer at Crofton Juniors. I've just been sorting out our under 7s team. Well, I've hopefully been putting a poor team together to give our kids a chance. I've only won 2 games in 12 bloody months. And guess what? I'm still ultra positive. Think we'll win every game. Seaside TV. Positives for me is that I think the physicality profile of the team is great. Yep. Also set up hard to beat. Just needs Stardust team. Yeah, it is. It's obvious we need that, mate. I just back the players we've got up top to do decent as it is. But I'm not deluded in thinking we don't need more. But we don't need more to survive. More would get us more points, win more games, score more goals. But I think we stay up anyway, is my feeling. The only place I think we need 100% need players urgently is fullback. Because if we don't have any injuries up front, 2 would be enough. You look on wings, 3 brilliant players. Then you've got Aronson, Harrison. From a Leeds perspective, they've got enough bodies, but the level's probably not there in the backup, fair enough. But the fullback areas is the only area I look and go, fuck me, that's bad. But obviously injuries in other areas, it would make it bad. Yeah, your striker getting injured up there, you're knackered out with only 1 left. Midfield, you could probably have an injury or 2 and you've got the cover there. Centre-back, you've got cover there if you get an injury or 2. You have got the cover. Full-back, no. If you lose Ramazani or Anonto, then you're struggling. And obviously, if you lost Pino and Amechi, you'd be struggling because numbers just out there. But I just don't think we need a top-draw winger, a top-draw striker to survive. I think we'll survive anyway with bringing in adequate cover in those areas to give us the numbers. Bearing in mind, the level of play we've already brought in and already attracted have been a decent level. If we bring in another player who's maybe not set the world alight, but's got 3 or 4 caps for Germany or 3 or 4 caps for Italy or France, or someone who's been international side, because all of us players so far have been international players, bar Longstaff. We bring someone who's got that calibre, and maybe they're not a starter, but there's potential there, and they've done it at a high level, played in Bundesliga or wherever. I'd be happy with that because I trust Pirro, Mecha, Nonto, Ramazani, James. I trust them. For me, they've got us up. I'd start them. My mate's 7-year-old son has just signed a contract with Crystal Palace. Whoa, nice one, man. Nice one. Watched a few games which Doak played. He's a class young player with an older head. Yeah, I agree. And I'm not saying I want him. I just don't like people saying he's shit. He ain't good enough. Why not? I heard peri chicken on Long Crows, yeah. Lofty on tour. Night Mugger. Cheers, mate. Take it easy. 49ers haven't let us down the transfer market yet. Let it carry on. There you go. Goals will keep us in the Premier League if goal difference matters at the end of the season. Yeah, I get that, mate. Love the enthusiasm, lad. MLT. Cheers, Lee. Thanks, mate. I just can't not be when I haven't seen not to be negative about. But best believe if we lose to Everton and we go on a poor run, I'll be negative because I've seen it then, haven't I? It's a football we love, you know. Yeah. Losing a game affects us, you know, points-wise, affects us, you know, not going up. Having a poor squad and not signing good players will eventually put us in that position, potentially. But losing a game of football, you get no points. But buying a Ben Doak instead of a Pajau doesn't mean we lose to Everton, doesn't mean we get no points. But losing a game of football means you get 0 fucking points for a game. But playing Ben Doak at left wing as you kick off doesn't mean you've got no points, does it? You've still got 90 minutes of hope and still 90 minutes of a chance you go and win fucking game. So until a game of football ends 1-0, 2-0, and we've lost the fucking game, I ain't going to be down about it. Because how can I be? Because it's a football I care about. All this shit's just fucking fugazi, really, isn't it? Bringing who you want, you know, bringing whoever. We don't fucking know. We don't know. A lot of people in my chat now who don't like Ben Doak or don't like whatever or whoever, they've been swayed potentially, a lot of people, by someone else's opinion. Because how many people went to Riverside and watched Ben Doak for 10 games last season? How many people have watched Liverpool's pre-season games this season and make any judgment on him? Not many people. They've looked at his stats and gone, it's all right. In Championship, he can't do it in Prem. Plus, he said he was shit. Really? We don't know, do we? But we know when we lose a game of football, we're fucked. And we haven't done that yet. So I'm sort of not really bothered. Do you know what I mean? I'll tell you what, this has thrown me a little bit. Because I don't know what this means. Christopher Spofford Chapel, thank you so much. He's gifted 20 Imagine Not Being Leeds memberships. Honestly, can someone please tell me what that means? I've never had anyone do that. I really appreciate it. There's memberships on the channel. You can join below. We've got a WhatsApp group if you want to. If you become a member, my phone number's on there. You can ping me a WhatsApp message. I'll add you to WhatsApp group. We've got 9 people in there. We haven't had a new member in there for about 2 months. It's a great group. I don't know what that means. I assume, does that mean there's 20 new members? Whatever it means, Christopher, thank you so much for that. I really don't have a clue what any of it means. I've only been doing this 10 months, and I don't get many sort of memberships and super chats and that. So it throws me a little bit, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it threw me, but thank you. Means a lot, that, mate. Thanks so much. So I don't know if that means someone can now become a member on behalf of that. If you can, have a look. There's 20 memberships there. I think that's how it works. Someone let me know. Thank you. Cheers, Christopher. Thank you. Well, remember signing Vinny, finished top 10, beat run to the title. Farker deserved all his backing, and anyone else can fuck off. I love that, mate. Flight 155 tomorrow afternoon, mate. 155. So, mate, so I'll see you. I might even strategically bump into you at Temple Bar tomorrow with Mrs. Ooh, what are you doing here? After promising her a date night. Our pre-season results have been good. Yeah, Alex, they've been great results, but also decent performances. Decent performances with good results. And no matter what anybody says, you want to win a game of football no matter what level. You do. You do. Winners are grinners, eh, Mr. Whitesnake? Top man. Top man. Dirty Leeds. What happens when we stay up and Farkas has taken us as far as he can? Do we get rid of him? It's a difficult one because it depends on season, doesn't it? If we finish 17th and it were a struggle, then maybe you look at moving him on. You don't want to get to a position, do you, where halfway through the season after you're then having to pull plug. But I don't know. If he keeps us up, it's objective made and he get another go, but it all depends on the manner, doesn't it, really, I suppose. But technically, if he keeps us up, Dirty Leeds, that's his objective done. So then do you let him kick on? It's an interesting conversation, that, though, mate. I'll see how it goes through the season. Think we get a point at Arsenal. Great time to play them. Yes, I've had a drink too many. Negative. I love that, mate. I love that. Have you split the G yet? Anyway, and yeah, I think it's going to be. Honestly, I'm just so happy with everything. I mean, I can't see it being a mega negative sort of like vibe this season. I just can't go there. I just can't go there. William McVicker, hey mate, supported Leeds for 55 years. Farker, not for me. Can't even acknowledge young fans on the wait. Yeah, I can't comment on that, mate, but that's not good at all, pal. I don't agree with that. I think you should always have time for fans. Maybe there was some, I don't know. Yeah, just leave it at that. You should always acknowledge fans, even if it's just a fucking nod in the direction if you haven't got time to stop and chat. Yeah, fair enough, William. Roll on Dublin, Matty. Hey up, Billy, lad. I think you rang me early, didn't you? But yeah, we're in the middle of summer, so hopefully I'll catch you out and about. No, I'm going there after, mate. I'm going there after. We're off to. I'll tell you where I'm going, so that anyone who's in Dublin can check. Let me just. I think Darren. Yeah, Darren sent me a message. We're going to Searson's on Bagot Street before game. It's about 5 minutes from stadium. Just because it's, I think, to get where we are, we're going out of way to go to Camden, then to go back to the stadium. So Searson's on Bagot Street, 5 minutes from ground, mate, and then after we're going to go to Camden after, pal. The transfer window should be 4 weeks or less. No messing about. Yeah, it's just everything's dragged out in it. Steve, everything's dragged out. Took Rutter a bit to settle. Maybe it's Pirro season, Alex. I've got to believe it, mate. I've got to believe it. Legend, Christopher. Legend. We don't have one poor player in the squad, not even Harrison, who is it? And it we're going all right till you said that. I think Harrison's a poor player. I do. I think he's a poor player. I think just because he's played in Prem for 2 seasons, I don't think he's a Prem player, to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is, my mate. It is what it is. Boss Nass. I just messaged me out. I just say I didn't know what it meant, but how good's that? It's class, that, isn't it? That's absolutely class. Right fullback, weakest link at Morton. So yeah, 100%, mate. Like Bogle, I've actually put Bogle in my FPL team. I think Bogle is absolutely class. Look at that, Christopher. I've just seen you sent me a message, my mate. You're a legend. Right, let me just read this. What Christopher sent me. Because yeah, that really threw me, mate. You absolute star. Hi, buddy. It's Christopher. Keep up the good work, pal. Basically, I bought 20 memberships and they get automatically sent to 20 members. I hope it kickstarts more members. That's class. Thanks so much, mate. Yeah, I think I've got about 7 members so far. So, yeah, thanks so much for that support, mate. That's class, man. Thank you. We need players who can do the job they are asked to do. There are signs that this team has making something special. I agree, mate. I agree. And there he is again with that. Yeah, gifted 20 memberships. Absolute legend, Christopher. I think Pillow going to shine in the Prem. He's looked sharp in the Premier season. He's looked so sharp in pre-season, mate. He really has. Really, really has. Yeah, thanks so much, Christopher. That means a lot, mate. Thank you so much. My opiner. Luke, hi, Matt. I hope you have a great weekend away. Can't wait to see Peril. Mate, I cannot wait to get to Dublin. I cannot wait. Leeds will finish top 10 and nobody will convince me otherwise. I love that, mate. Absolutely love that. I love you. I love that you back yourself with that as well. I don't think we'll finish top 10, but I think we have a great season. I know, Joe, right? I've never had a lot like that in my life, so but I've now, yeah, absolutely class. Maybe day. I'm pretty optimistic too. The preseason games have been fairly decent. Yeah, they have, man. Ben Doak is class, but he ain't what we need right now. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. Mate. That ain't what we need right now. But like I say, because I back our other wingers so highly, I don't see a problem if, Ben Doak came in and he wasn't a starter. But I know a lot of people now want that next caliber of play, and that's because of the Pajau deal. It elevated everyone's idea, really, of what we need in certain positions. And obviously, we'd rather have top draw players come in. And if you can bring in players, that means James, Ramazani, and Nonto are second fiddle, then you're doing something right. But I just don't like the thought that, the people just bin him off because he's 19 and he was at Middlesbrough last season. He's a decent player. And if you're good enough, you're old enough. But yeah, compared to Pajau, Johnny Rowe, and Doak would seem like a drop off. But we'll have to see how it goes, won't we? Sound. Oh, Mark, thanks so much, mate. Get yourself a drink to Moz, bud. Have a good one, mate. You can buy me one back at the boat. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, we'll have to meet up, mate, because you live around corner, pal. We'll have to meet up. Thanks so much, man. Simon, see what a guy. I just gifted one. Thanks, mate. Yeah, so however it works, I don't know, but I assume people are picking up the memberships bit off what Christopher did. So thanks so much, man. And Mark, thank you for that donation, mate. Thanks so much, mate. It's really thoughtful of you. Thank you. 113 people in. Please stick a like. I don't know how many likes we've got. Let me have a quick check. I like to have a little check at this. Absolutely class, man. 80 likes I think I've got so far. Please, can we get up to 100 before end? That'd be brilliant. Mark Edison, remember how Leeds fans reacted to unknown Tanaka, and look what we got for 3 million. Always a good one to pull it back to that, innit, Mark? Hope you're well, mate. Peter Evans, we need a solid squad for at least 20 first teamers because I think Farker will be switching formations. Yeah, and do you know what it is, Peter? I never thought I'd say that with Farker. I never, honestly, ever thought that we'd see it where you'd have a squad where you actually feel now, depending on opponent, we see a 4-2-3-1, we see a 4-3-3. I just never thought Farker would sort of do that. He sticks to his principles where, I mean, don't get me wrong, he'll play 4-3-3 every game now and never change from a 4-3-3. But I think the fact that he's moved away from 4-2-3-1 slightly in pre-season, I think you're going to see at times this season he's going to play, maybe even during game, mix it up. And we need that. The same way isn't going to work every time. So I fully agree. And where we've seen him not utilise that many squad members over the last 2 seasons, he's had his favourites and he hasn't trusted that bench. I feel like this is the first time since he's been at Leeds that he's got more numbers that he believes in, more players he believes in, which ultimately gives him that flexibility to change formation and turn the game on its head. When we're struggling in a game, I think he's going to be able to turn his bench and see several players. 9 on bench, I think it is. He can bring 5 on. Last season, sometimes he only brought a couple on. Maybe one change on 70 minutes and maybe a couple more at 90th minute, getting charity minutes. It didn't feel like he had the full trust of the squad. Now it feels like he does for me. Hey up, Patrick. Ireland welcomes the Leeds Army. Oh, I cannot wait. Get me there, please. I should be going to bed now just so I can wake up earlier, but I am enjoying this. I really am enjoying this chat. Brookie, are you finally a member, Brookie? Thanks for the free membership, Chris. Class, mate. Yeah, thanks so much again, Chris, man, honestly. Class that. Alex Burrows, when we promoted in his 1991, we finished 4th. Here's hoping. I know times are a bit different than want the Alex, but yeah, could you imagine that now? And there was a nice restaurant on the side of the Temple Bar a few years ago, really nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Temple Bar tomorrow. I think it means they get a 3 months membership and that they can decide whether to renew or not. Okay. It looks like anyone can pick them up now. I don't know if they're just floating around and you can just go, I'll have one, but it looks like I've got a couple, 2 or 3 new members benefiting. So I assume there's, 16, 17 more, I think, for people to grab. Smash a like and subscribe and hit the links in the chat if you haven't already. Yes, please. We could sign the entire Barcelona team and still get some Leeds fans saying they're not happy. Yeah, man. Would like to see Harrison upgrade. Yeah, me too, David. Me too. Aronson will be serviceable off at bench. I actually liked him at weekend, but yeah, I don't think he'll see much, but I think he'll be an impact player off the bench or someone to come on and do a bit of running to see game out. Harrison, I'm hoping he don't touch grass. Yeah, it has gone a bit quiet with Mez. It's all gone quiet, though, on it. Incomings and outgoings until tonight. Joseph and Geldart going. Like you say, Mez going would be nice, but I do think it'll all come out in the wash in the next week or so, and we'll have a few ins and outs. I missed out. I don't know on what. How much does it cost to subscribe? To subscribe, it's free, John. To become a member, I think it's $4.99. But to subscribe's free, mate. But I think it's subscribe plus in it. To join the channel, it's to become a member, it's $4.99. But there might be still some. Right. Okay, I get you. Even though I've been doing it 10 months, I still feel like a proper noob at times. It's at random. Interesting. We look solid. Yeah, we do, mate. We do. It's been a long time since we've been able to say that when we've been in Premier. Great show, mate. Watching live from Australia before work. We will get the window done. Have faith, lads. Thanks, Luke. Class, mate. Class. Hope everything's all right. We're on the other side of the world there, mate. Blows. Honestly, I'm such like I haven't touched a computer until I started this YouTube channel since I was at school. So this is a laptop. Obviously, I've never used a laptop from ever because at school it were like massive computers when it's up until 10 months ago. I'd never used a laptop. I probably need to upgrade in every single aspect. I currently don't have an L button on my laptop. My L button's just not there. So I'm just literally pressing bare metal. And it does work eventually, but honestly, I'm such a noob. Someone comes like say I've never had anyone like gift memberships. I'm just like, what does that mean? I'll get there eventually, but I'm doing all right to say. I'm not techie at all, but I do my best. It's all you can ever do. Yeah, too right. And like I say, there's some links in chat again as usual. Danny's banging them in. So if you want some more Leeds content, some content creators you've maybe not seen or heard of before, just check them all out. I think Danny's about 16 off 250. So check him out. Matty will be sick of me in WhatsApp chat now. I couldn't join. I have an iPhone. You said ain't a clue. Yeah, mate, I ain't got a clue how you do it. I think you'd have to do it on desktop. I think on Samsungs it works fine on your phone, doesn't it? But yeah. You've seen Thomas Partey's join Villa. I hadn't, mate, until now. Choose you. Did what 1 month ago? Jay, there you go, mate. Class. Thanks so much again, Christopher, man. Class. I'm hoping it's quiet as they're handling contracts and fees with primary targets. He's the best player I ever saw in a Leeds shirt was Cantona. The influence he had on the team was electric. You had to be there to appreciate him. Simply brilliant, yeah. Okay, now this is class. This is unreal, this. Grandma, looking forward to Dublin. You? Yep, can't wait. Dirty Leeds, get yourself a beer in Dublin, mate. Thanks so much, man. I don't know what to do with myself. 20 memberships and bloody 2 super chats. Yeah. Never had all that before. So thank you so much. I think I've had a couple of super chats since I've had channel, but yeah, that's crazy. Right, I'm off. Take care, Matty. Everyone else, all Leeds that way. Yeah, cheers, Mark, and thanks again, Dirty Leeds. Thanks so much. Yeah, iPhone, you have to do it on desktop. Android is easier. Yeah, just get rid of your iPhone. What are you playing at? Who needs an iPhone? Class. We'll have a few people that's at WhatsApp group there now, are you won't get a beer for £5 in Dublin if anyone has let me know. No, I know. How much is it a minute? Where are you? If you're in Dublin now, I bet it's something about a tenner a pint, which is bad. But when you go in with your wife and it's 2 drinks at a time, it's even worse. Oh man, you idiot. No bad. Cheers, mate. Well, you used to be a member, you Adam, but you're not no more, are you? Cheers, mate. We had a nice little chuckle at yourself because you knew you were doing that, didn't you? Managed to trick work into letting me work the Leeds match. Can finally say I'm being properly paid to watch Leeds. Class, Joe. Class. I love that. Absolutely love that. So, AC Milan game. I've tried doing a bit of digging today to see what's been said on the AC Milan side in regards to their friendly against Leeds or even Chelsea. And I could not find any sort of information. I sort of thought, if Leeds were playing 2 games in 2 days, maybe we'd be read an article, maybe it'd be in YEP or something to sort of gauge what team's going to be playing where. When I think we did have 2 games in 2 days, didn't we, last weekend? Or when we were in Germany, last game in Germany, and we were playing Hartlepool. We played someone, didn't we? Like a Leeds United 11, basically. I was sort of hoping I could find some sort of news somewhere that AC Milan were playing an AC Milan 11, preferably against Chelsea. And we get to see maybe Modric play or something. But yeah, has anyone seen anything? I know we're all sort of expecting them to take the stronger side to Stamford Bridge, but has anyone seen anything at all to suggest the same team's going to play both games, which sounds crazy, or it's going to be an even split, or we potentially get the better of the 2 sides? Anyone seen anything? Because I genuinely couldn't find out. If anyone has, Mr. Joe Blackburn probably has, to be fair, but I couldn't find it anyway. I thought I might have found a piece, what I might have to translate or something, but could not find anything that remotely looked like it was friendly chat. We got Premier League rights in Spain, and somebody put me in charge of schedule. I love that, Joe. Lucky bugger, that's class. That's why I sent him a tenner, £9 for Guinness, £1 for water cold missing. You're a legend, mate. Thank you. I think Milan team will be a mixture of first half. Do you reckon they'll split it out like half and half, so both teams will be relatively competitive? Potentially. They put 4 past Liverpool last month. £2.50 for a bottle of water at Ellen Road. It's criminal. That is criminal, that, mate. Christopher, thank you very much for coming in, mate, and doing that. I really appreciate it, mate. Genuinely, thanks so much. What a guy. Hopefully see you back on here again soon, and take care. And have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, buddy. Thank you. Hopefully we will get a look at the lineup that will play. Yeah, I think you're gonna. I assume Perry's involved on Saturday. I hope anyway. I don't think Bogle will be. Hopefully he's back for Everton, but I'm really worried about that Bogle news because I've seen rumours that it might be worse than first thought, but I'm hoping not. Not seeing anything, but can ask a member of our Italy department at some point. Yeah, Joe, it'd be nice to know. I mean, obviously we're running out of time before game. If you ask them Sunday, it'll be too late, pal. But yeah, I mean, I just haven't got no indication, have we? No indication at all. Yeah, what a legend, man. Dirty Leeds, it'll be a mix of academy and first teamers. Yeah, maybe, but maybe they want their first. I don't see it being that, me, just because I think they'll want, a bit like us, they'll want, a competitive game for their first teamers, who may start their first game of the season. So by putting a mixture at 2 sides, and neither one of them sides would start a game for them. Do you get what I mean? It's like if we did it, if we mixed a side of what you do, play Pitter in one and Metcher in other, Perry in goal, Darlow in, and then a couple of kids in each. I just don't think it it works. I think one of the sides in the games will have to resemble like what would be a starting side for them in a league game, in my opinion. But I hope we get to see a decent level. But if we don't, then it's on Leeds to go win game comfortably, innit? You know, if they do play at kids and it's a very weakened side, you know, give us some goals to cheer. You know, 3 or 4 goals for us to enjoy if the level isn't quite there. Make your wife buy around. To be fair, I've paid. What did I pay? I pay for tickets. About 35 quid each. I got flights. Were about 300 for both of us return from Liverpool. I should have got it before it got announced, but and then my hotel. What about 180 for one night? So what's that? So about 60 for tickets. 360. We're at about just over 500 quid, and then I've got the spending money. But our last did give me the money back for the hotel, so she's paid 180 towards it. But I think all in, I bet it's about 900 quid weekend or something. People will say more than that, but yeah, I'm gonna be. I won't lie. I'm gonna be gutted if I spend 400 quid a weekend, because yeah, when you've got, I'm one of them. Me, I don't like spending money on myself. You know, with kids and stuff, you've always got other things to prioritize. So the thought, you know, yeah. I wear skinny jeans now because I don't buy any more, and they weren't skinny when I bought them. But yeah, I don't like spending money myself, so it's a bit stressful thinking I'm going to spend so much. But I also don't want to go away and not and be worried about it. So if a round's 20 quid for me, it misses, it's 20 quid, and it is what it is. But I'm a massive drinker anyway. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to have to pull out Bogle out of my family. Yeah, well, I think so. To Alex, I banged him in mine, but I'm going to have to take him out. £6.80 for a Heineken, £7.20 for a Guinness at Searsons. That's all right. That's a fair few quid cheaper than I've been told, Patrick. And I definitely believe you with that logo, mate, that icon and your name. You know your stuff 100%. Are you sat at bar now, looking at menu, looking at board? Send expected lineup. Expected lineup. Lots have changed half time. And I'll be honest with you, mate. You sent me the lineup, yeah? I'm going to try and pronounce it. Magnan in goal. Tamori, I know him. Gabia. Pavlovic. Makers. Loftus-Cheek. Ricky. Musa. Estupinen. Pulisic. And Liao. I know about 3 of them. But are the other ones strong players as well, yeah? And where the hell have you seen that? Best marksman I've ever seen in a Leeds shirt. Viduka, Bridges, Pido. Why you put Pido in that conversation? Viduka and Bridges, very underrated. His injuries like hampered his career, but Bridges, what a talent he was. But I love Viduka. Viduka's class. Yeboah was a marksman until he pissed him off, yeah. Enjoy yourself for once, mate. Yeah, you know what we were saying, Mark? It's going to be really nice. And don't get me wrong, our lass, she don't mind Leeds now because of me. But just nice to not with mum and dad for a couple of days. We have a very stressful life. I'm not going to moan about it. It's fucking life. We're here. We're healthy. Kids are healthy. Everything's all right. But it's hard, you know what I mean? It's hard. We don't do much for ourselves, really. I've got the escape of football. I get to go to Welland Road every home game. I'm struggling with off-season. This keeps me going. You guys keep me going. But, like, not being mum and dad for a couple of days is nice. Like, yeah, if we never get a babysitter, really, but say my stepdaughter's in and kids are asleep and she's in his stepdaughter, she's old enough, she's in room watching TV or whatever. We nipped at shop just to grab something because we're short on something. We'll be in the supermarket, me and I'll ask them, be like, wow, this is weird. Like, this is quite good. It's like a date night nipping to Sainsbury's. It's weird. So just appreciate the small things. And that's what we do because it can get a bit hard. So a couple of days away. Thank God we managed to get a sitter. I'll ask his cousin AJ having kids all weekend. Absolute legend because our kids aren't easy. So yeah, absolute legend. So good. So happy. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. To not hear dad till Sunday night. Oh. Tell you what as well, I signed our Theo up for Luke Ayling's football academy on Tuesday. So I signed him up for that. I don't know how much money it is. I know it's at Knaresborough, which I didn't realise. I was like, Knaresborough, it's half an hour away. But I signed him up for Luke Ayling Academy. So he's got he's got an open day on the first day where you go, but he's been accepted into it. There's a place for him. I assume Luke Ayling will be there as well. Brand new academy, and it's on 6th of September. And guess what I'm doing on 6th of September? Walking from Old Trafford to Welland Road for Andy's Man Club and Leeds Autism Society. So we're having to get his grandma to take him. So I'm gutted I ain't going to be there for like to see what it's all about. But yeah, more important matters to attend, raising money for charity. 2 big charities that are close to my heart while breaking my feet, making them in bits at the same time. Which, if anybody's interested in that walk, by the way, let me know. We've got about 10 or 11 people. I've had people booking hotels now. We've got our hotel booked for Friday night in Manchester. 6:30 set off on the 6th, walking from Old Trafford to Ellen Road. If anybody at all in here wants to get involved and join, good vibes only, obviously. We're a team. You're only as quick as your weakest, which will probably be me. Don't leave me. Wait for fat lad. But yeah, speaking to my mate Danny about it today, it's going to be class. Really tough, but let me know if anyone is interested. Okay, mate. Okay. You'll meet with Joe, mate. Yeah, I think so, mate. I think so. Yeah. I think he's more meeting with Darren, and I'll just be like outside, like, hi Joe. But yeah, to be fair, obviously I've met him a few times now and stuff. I haven't met Connor before. Apparently, we may be meeting Connor at that Searsons. I think he's going to be meeting Darren there. So it is what it is. You know what it is? I'm just happy to be about, and vibe will be good, won't it? You know, I've been to Ireland twice before for a couple of stag do's. Had my first stag do. I've been married twice, obviously. Currently married now, so only divorced once. But I had my first stag do there, and I've been back for another stag do, and I love Dublin. But the thought of being in Dublin with Leeds fans is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. But yeah, whoever I meet, whoever I see, I'm happy, mate. But yeah, I should be seeing Joe. Hasselbank was class. Joseph Conigal, big up, Matty, top gent. Thanks, Joseph. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for that, pal. Says Brentford, Burnley, and Sunderland to be relegated. Brentford, Burnley, Sunderland. Brentford, Burnley, Wolves / Sunderland. Sunderland, I think, will finish 17th, maybe, but they may go down as well. I think Leeds finish about 13th or 14th, if I'm honest, which sounds wild when I say, because I don't know who'll finish below it, but I just fancy us. Yeah, Alex, too, right. Dirty Leeds, bed's calling, mate. Enjoy your weekend, Matty, pal. Thanks so much, Dirty Leeds. Thank you. Really appreciate everything, buddy. Thanks for the donation. It will go towards my first pint tomorrow. Thank you very much. You will smash the charity walk, bro. Top man, great cause. Thanks, Joseph. I will. I'll be in bits, but I'll get it done. I'll get it done, mate. How's he forward? Matty, keep me informed for the meet of the statue. Yeah, I will do, mate. I'm probably thinking it'll be about 10, half 10 at night. It was last time. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, I would honestly, I know it sounds daft, and I probably won't want to see anybody because I'll be in bits and I'll be crying. I'll have snot all over my face and I'll be knackered. But when we did it last time, there were a group of people who organised it who weren't that good people, and they didn't take it seriously. And we broke up into groups, so we ended up with me, our lass's brother, and a few others who sort of gravitated towards us. Nice people, because the other ones were, yeah, twats. And we ended up just splitting up, and we ended up walking it with no stops planned, no food, just nothing, because we were all sort of like following this group who we didn't want to follow it, and so we ended up just winging it with his phone in his hand, and it was very stressful. But yeah, it's going to be nice to finish it and hopefully have people there maybe at the end to support us. I know it's late, but like we got to the statue and there was no one there. We literally at that moment, it was like, right, and they were just, I don't know why I expected a bloody finish line, and I don't know, someone to pick me up and carry me over like a Brownlee, bro. I don't know what I expected, but like it felt a bit of an anticlimax not having anybody there. You know, it was still nice. We had our group of like 6 that did it, and I don't know what I mean, but it just felt, do you know what I mean? As good as it was to get to Billy and see Billy in stadium, like, oh my god, crying and tears. Just would have been nice to maybe be greeted by some friendly faces or something. Although 10 half 10 at night is quite a big ask, and we are ready for home at that point. But yeah, I wouldn't mind, Danny, even if it is just 15 minutes, just a little bit of something at the end would be nice. Leeds have had some great teams back in the day. Mate, Leeds, we're just unreal. Best team in the world, mate. Best team in the world. Leeds are going to leave the Premier League shook next season. The sooner you believe, the better. Love the confidence, mate. The Dublin FOMO is hitting hard right now. Yeah, I can't believe you ain't gone, mate. I can't believe you ain't just bit the bullet. There, then again, baby, ain't way. Grown up, Matty, thinking now. I can't believe I am even going, to be fair. You know, I did not think I'd I'd get there, to be honest. 9 more likes for our Matty. What's that for me? Is that for 100 likes? Let me have a look. 101 likes now. Thank you very much, everybody. You absolute legends. What a stream, man. What a stream. Thank you. I think West Ham and Brentford are going to be in the biggest trouble. West Ham, Brentford, yeah, and Wolves. They're the three I think will struggle, mate. Matt Jones, Connor is a decent lad. I sub to him, watch him every morning since I've been off sick. Helps the boredom. I'll be all right, mate. It's not too serious. But yeah, I've been watching him at 10 o'clock. It's filled with loads of news, isn't it? Can't wait for the walk buzzing. Yeah, Callum. I can't wait either, mate. I can't wait. Bottom four as it stands: Brentford, Sunderland, Leeds, Burnley. Of course you were going to have Leeds in it, mate. Of course you were going to. We'll get in by got turned down for a job. Really wanted to keep pushing. Yeah, it'll come, mate. It'll come. Don't stress it. It'll come. What time will be the statue, bud? It will be, Mark, 10, half 10. Could be a little bit earlier, but I'm going anything between 9:30 and 11 at night. And we're setting off at 6:30 in the morning. It's saying it'll take about 15 hours, but I don't think that's when it stops. So it's going to be late, mate. So it's a tall order for anyone to come down, to be honest. But maybe even if you go down and leave some snacks outside and just go away. Well, they're there for us. Cheers, Mark. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. That's all you can do. Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. We'll come along from like Huddersfield, I think. I'd offer to do the full thing, but after the walk from Newcastle, I don't want to actually permanent damage. We'll help organising. Thanks, Joe. I know I appreciate that, mate. You did well. You did well, mate, with that Gary Speed walk. Man, I wish I could even attempt that, but such a feat to even attempt somewhere over 100 miles. Unbelievable. It sounds bonkers, to be honest. But yeah, I understand, mate. But yeah, if anybody wanted to join halfway through, towards the end, it's a new voice in it. It's someone else to sort of lift the mood. Which by Huddersfield, Joe will be struggling. I won't lie. Huddersfield, I broke in Huddersfield last time. I actually broke. I was really, really bad. More than I broke at the Creators Cup. We'll only be able to watch the game on the telly. I'll be there, Mark. That's class, mate. Thanks, Mark. Really appreciate that, mate. Do we think Scum Man U are going to be crap again? I do, Alex, but not that crap. Not 15, 16 crap. I think I tipped them to finish below Leeds, but maybe that's a bit, I'm not sure. I think they'll be in and around Leeds. I think we're going to be 13th, 14th. I don't think Scum met the top 10. I don't. But I think they'll be better than last season. I don't think they can be that bad again, surely not. And they haven't got Europe this year, have they? They haven't got Europe. So they will be better this year, 100%. Yeah, that'll be sound, Danny. That'll be sound. I'll do it therefore, but just had an up on my knee. Detached retina being off work. Yeah. I'm be telling you before, mate. Right then, guys, that's me done. An hour and 32 minutes. I'm going to bed and excited, lad. Come on, Dublin tomorrow. Woohoo. I'm actually meeting Oscar Marriott, the one and only. Because guess what? He's flying from Liverpool on the same flight as me. So yeah, me and the missus will probably meet up with Oscar and his old man he's going with in the bar in the airport. So I'll get his views and we'll have a quick chinwag. So yeah, it'll be really nice. Oscar. He's gonna come on channel a fair bit as well. I think this season when he's got time. Top man. Bonded a little bit with our football training for Yorkshire Roses. Yeah, and I always liked his content on all his TV. So hopefully, I can have a drink and catch up with him tomorrow. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, everybody. It's been great. Over 100 likes, bloody memberships handed out. God knows, but thanks so much to Christopher again, and super chats as well. Thanks to Dirty Leeds, thanks to Adam, and thanks to Mark. Absolute gents, man. Thanks so much for all the support you give me. Absolutely class. Yeah, cheers, Matthew. Have a safe flight and watch the turbulence. You literally go up, don't you? And then you level off and you go, yeah, we'll go back down now. You're up in there about 45 minutes. But thanks so much, man. Love you all. I'll be recording a vlog for the weekend. I'll be back on here for a live on Sunday night to sort of, let you know how it's gone. See how long it takes for me to edit the video. That might go out Sunday or Monday. But yeah, night all. Mark Jones night. Thanks, buddy. Travel well. Enjoy. Yeah, thanks. You'll see loads of bits from me. I'll be posting little bits and bobs over the weekend. So take care. Thank you all much. Please smash a like on your way out and please subscribe if you're new here. And yeah, if you're a new member, even more. fantastic. See you later, everyone. Thanks, Joe, for watching as well. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.